So here's a touchy subject. More and more people are starting to ask about and display their credit scores when dating on apps. Does this matter? Do you think it should matter? And what does it say about you? Hi, I'm Rachel Lauren, your amateur money therapist and the co-founder and COO of Debbie. So the first time I came across this topic was a few years ago when this one girl on Hinge ended up posting her credit score. I think it was about an 800, and her Hinge ended up blowing up and it was all over the news. Let's read the excerpt. So Shan, who goes by the username at spreadsheetshan, shared a video on TikTok last week about the experience. She started the photo montage by describing the situation as, added my credit score to my Hinge and here's how it went. She proceeded to show the picture of her credit score, 804. The screenshot came from the website CreditWise, which described her credit score as excellent. In this photo, she also shared a screenshot of a response from a man named Aaron. All I needed to see, he replied, as he reacted to her credit score on Hinge. Drinks next Thursday? Shan's photo montage continued with another response to the prompt, as one match named Kai said, holy shit, marry me. As the responses continued, one person named Michael called the credit score a great flex, while another match joked that he was aroused by Shan's score. Another man noted that while he'd never seen someone on Hinge include their credit score, he respected Shan's decision to do so. I love this man who was aroused. Are we calling that like a credit kink? Now, so we know this trend kind of died for a while, but I feel like it's starting to come back a little bit. More and more people are starting to talk about money in relationships and they're being more open about it, even though it's kind of a conversation we had for a long time, like, does it matter? Does the amount of money you make matter in dating? People say no, but really they mean yes, and they're kind of just hiding it. So credit's a little bit different because it doesn't necessarily represent how much money you have. You could be super, super wealthy and just not pay off any of your debts and have terrible credit. So now that this conversation is back and more women are actively going out on social media and saying that they want a rich husband, so we wanted to find out for ourselves, does your credit score really matter?
Okay. What is the lowest credit score you would date?
I don't think I would consider it.
You know your credit score?
Close to 800.
That's awesome. Do you count credit score as a threshold for dating? Is that something you take into account? No. Do you know your credit score?
783.
What is the lowest credit score you would date if that was a consideration?
600.
I feel like that's like a trick question. You could say it doesn't matter.
I feel like it doesn't matter in the beginning, but in the end it shows like responsibility and like commitment.
But what if
and
it's like
that kind of thing.
student loan debt?
Yeah, so you need to have more information. Okay.
So watching this back, after having actually been the one doing the interviews, I realized most of the people who said it didn't matter to them were actually there with their significant others. So I think they were probably hiding a little bit of what they actually felt. And the people who were not with anyone said that it totally mattered to them. So take that with a grain of salt. So we do know there are a good amount of people who do care because there is this new app out called Score. So before, we used to go on Raya when we wanted to meet famous and wealthy people without actually saying we wanted to meet famous and wealthy people. Now we have an app that actually says you cannot join unless you at least have a 675 credit score. We're being out and open and honest about it at this point. So what's my view? I think there are two kinds of people that have bad credit. The first is the person who is down on their luck. You know, they lost their job, they're making a lot less money, they're not able to meet their debt obligations, and that's totally fine. That's not necessarily their fault. They're going through this difficult time and they will eventually get out of it. Now, there's the second type of person who does not like to meet their obligations, debt or otherwise. And this is the person that I would definitely avoid and look out for. Because if they can't even meet their obligations with someone they are legally obligated to, like a creditor, imagine what they're going to do to you. And they don't owe you anything. So watch out. So what do you think? Do credit scores matter? Do they not matter? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and download Debbie, the first app to pay you to track and reach your money goals. Why wouldn't you want free money for doing the things you should already be doing with your money? So thanks, guys.